Further Adventures of the Thunderous Fury in 17.
So Desrat was a hobgoblin who had Basil in his rowboat, and they came ashore. I forgot the town name we were in. There was some confrontation with the hobgoblins between the Thunderous Fury, some ship combat, and Desrat at the time for some reason just left, and he found Basil and pulled him out of the water. They got to this small town. It was like 10 people. And there they met Zorphan and Giles, who very much try to convince them to join the Guild of Many Colors, because they started the chapter in this town for Forgotten Realms fans. It's kind of like a Harper's type organization. They started this chapter. They convinced Basil, who woke up, to join. Desrat seemed to be interested, particularly because the part of the Guild of Many Colors is that the leather armor, or the armor, has all sorts of like colored patches that look like they're just kind of like hammered into it. And Desrat really liked that look. So after they were initiated into the guild, we stopped by the tavern. Alston was the barkeep, and he gave Basil some money for his leather armor, which was kind of tattered and shredded. And Basil, in turn, bought. I think he got a good deal on the new leather armor, which was dyed I want to say it was a seafoam green.
Yeah, aquamarine and chartreuse.
Yeah, and there were some seafoam green armor as well, and I think Desrat ended up getting that. In fact, he was the very first person who bought it. We learned that Desrat wasn't much of a talker, but he's been marked for death, and the only way that he could restore his honor was to kill a lot of people. We were going to go on a hunt because we were going to go on a hunt to try to get more supplies for our booming leather business. Now that we're getting a couple sales, but then the Ape Empire showed up. Well, actually, before that, we stopped by the local church, and Desiree gave us acorns. Who is like the priestess. She was there after her church in Hopetown got burned, since the Nashera, which is her patron or her god, is the spirit of the forest. It's not one of the Ape Empire gods. Then the Ape Empire came. They noticed they were looking for some pirates who stole one of their ships, and were asking about their whereabouts, which was presumably the Thunderous Fury. Basil was trying to make himself scarce. We ended up confronting them, and we told them to go to East Town. I don't remember. I don't remember why we were told them. That part's a little fuzzy because it's been a bit. But they also made some vague threats about Desiree's. She had like the markings of Nashera on there, so they made some vague threats about like if they come back and the church is still there, it's not of the ape spirits, they're going to do something about it. We let them head out. They headed out towards Eastport, and we hopped back in the rowboat with two more people now, and started rowing across the bay to get to Eastport. I think we determined it was like 30 miles or something to Eastport.
Yeah, it was a pretty good distance.
It wasn't exactly close. Ended up encountering a web, and then had a fight with some spiders.
Yep.
Built a web across the bay to some point, and then we got caught into it. Did somebody die?
Desrat.
Deseret, it was my current hit points is 3, and I think no, like I'm level 1, so that makes sense. But yeah, like we had a pretty tough fight.
Yep.
And we managed to break through it, and we rode for a while, and I think it was raining, and there was like foam and like sea spray everywhere, and like it was the water was choppy, and so it was slow going. And now that we are down one person, like the rowing, I think we just rowed right through the night. We took shifts, and we finally got to Eastport, and they see an 8 vessel docked there.
Yeah.
It's kind of where we left off.
You also had some dreams. The Centaur, the female Centaur.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She was like, because we got these acorns, and there was like dreams from that Centaur, which we pieced together was Nashera. And she, like, in the dream, she ate the acorn, and then there was a dead deer, and she put the acorn in its mouth or in one of the holes, and it like stood back up and found its way. And we were really glad that we had that dream after we already gave Deseret a burial at sea.
Yes. Yeah, you pretty much used him for like an anchor or something, I think, at one point.
But yeah, we got these. Each one of us had an acorn, and I think we definitely took Deseret's acorn.
Yeah. So you got an extra one.
And these have the ability to revive us if we need to, or if we need it, which is a very realistic possibility.
All right. Yeah. So you guys are rowing up. It's Basil. Oh, you also, quick note, you also traded, Basil got rid of the necklace that causes hiccups and gave it to
Alston. Yeah, the barkeep.
Gave it to Alston.
Yeah, because he wanted to impress Desiree.
Yep.
And when he started like hiccuping, like we're like, oh, it was like early in the morning, and yeah, we were like encouraging him to keep drinking the hiccups away. So he kept like downing ales in the morning. Yeah,
you're on your way to Eastport as it starts to get dark. You can see the ape ship docked there as they're all disembarking, and to try to find out, basically about these hobgoblins and the pirates. And as you're moving your ship up, in the trees and the bushes, you hear a noise and a whispering, and you realize that Basil recognizes who this person is, and it would be Ethex, I believe, right? Is that your character, Ernie?
That's right.
Okay. As you have spotted, you spot Basil. He's in a boat with 2 other people you don't recognize, but he is there. He's like, Ethex, what's going on? You okay?
Oh, I'm doing great. Good to see you again, by the way. And since you last saw me, I stuck around that last town, and I befriended some magic users, and
okay.
They had some pretty neat tricks. So I think that they got a lot figured out spiritually, magically, and they follow a god called Nashira. So yeah, cool group of guys, but a church burned down, and actually they sent me out to see if I can maybe find the culprits of who burned the church down.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that's kind of weird. We ran into somebody. That's weird. That's strange.
Who'd you run into?
We ran into Deidre.
All right. Not sure if I met her, but if she's a friend of Nashira, she's a friend of mine. So Nashira works in mysterious ways. I'll come along with you guys.
Yeah, we
I am Zorphan. Pleased to meet you. You are Ethex?
Ethics drags.
Very good, very good. This is Zorphan, and this is my partner, my business partner Giles. Have you heard of the Guild of Many Colors?
No, I'm afraid not.
it's quite impressive.
You can see Basil here. He is a new member. I'm sure you noticed the Chartreuse and Violet.
That's actually how I saw you guys.
Newfound armor.
It was hard to miss.
It's not much for stealth out here, but
very jealous of the colors of your armor.
And as you can see, our armor anyway, our look is quite chic, and you know we're a bit away from our facilities, but I think with some time we could, if you are willing, if you are interested in joining the guild, we can supply you with your very own colors.
Love
and
it.
You can be at the height of fashion and also protecting you from dying. Both very important.
That sounds great. You could say that I'm green with envy right now.
Not yet, but you could be. We can order. Our seafoam green selections are they're blowing up right now. They're the hottest thing we have. That and the chartreuse.
All right. Well, looks like our friend Basil is really repping those colors. So, I mean, let's see if we could, as we're going on our adventure here, maybe there's a few other people that you can get to, you could load up on some orders.
Yes. See, my vision is this thunderous fury that we hear about. Ships full of people wearing beautiful armors that anyone can say, wow, they really have it going on. And also at the same time, the joint partnership of the Guild of Many Colors and the Thunderous Fury. Together we can be stronger. This is
the more the merrier. Sorry, I interrupted you.
This is my dream, and I think we can make it work. Now.
Yeah, I certainly think so. And hey, and maybe if we can convince some other people to get some of that fancy leather armor, we can discuss. If I can help, maybe we could discuss a bit of a commission.
I am always down for having more business partners.
That's what I'm talking about.
Partners make the world go around and make the guild more colorful.
Well, we should be on the look for some other things to add to your catalog too. Then.
Yes, and we will need to find a supplier because I'll need to the facilities at home will not be sufficient to meet the rising demand, so we'll need to carve out more facilities and expand our operations.
Sounds good. Well, we'll keep an eye out for any extra leather and maybe anything that we can make into leather on the way.
Yes, you will be the finest leather daddy anyone on this side of the continent has seen.
You have anything that says daddy likes leather?
For you, we can make it.
Sounds good.
Speaking of leather daddies, what is going on with all these with the ape empire? What are they searching for?
I don't know. I've actually been tracking them because I'm suspicious that they were maybe involved in the burning down of the Nashira church.
That would be on brand for them. They really hate other gods other than their own.
That's
For
right.
some-
They're my prime suspect right now.
And you say you worship this, you met people who worship this Nashira. Well,
Yeah, that's correct. I met he's a very strong magic user, priest of the religion, and he taught me a couple tricks. Don't know, I'm not really good at them. Not really my forte, but definitely feel like I can help get some. I could avenge the church goers for that church being burned down. So that's what brings me here.
she will, of course, I am sure, grace you with her presence in your mind through dreams. She has at least spoken to me and shown me the gifts that she has to offer.
Like what?
You see this, and he produces an acorn.
Mhm.
She has shown in a vision, a dream to me, that these acorns, which were a gift from one of her priestesses, have the ability to restore life. Now, as a token of good faith, I can give you a sample acorn. First time is always free.
Well, don't mind if I do. I've heard of these, and yeah, I hear they do some pretty amazing things. So what did she show you in your dream?
You just have to eat it, and or put it in the mouth of someone who've fallen dead.
All right. Well, let's hope we don't have to do that anytime soon.
I hope not. That would be very bad for business.
Less people to wear leather.
Yes. Significant member reduction. This is terrible. I can't even think about it. So, shall we Basil, you mentioned that this thunderous fury is based out of not this town but some other town. Should we head there?
Yeah, mid mountain. Ethics. Where's this magic user that you found? How far away is he?
Well, he's not far from Mid Mountain, actually. You remember the town where we killed that giant rock guy and took a bunch of stuff from his house?
In Tosel?
Yeah, Tosel, that guy.
Okay.
It's not far from there either. Like basically halfway in between the two places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you said you were at his house. Was it really nice?
At Tosel's house?
No, I mean this magic user. Was there
Oh,
more than
yes.
one?
Yeah, many of them. They have this these big like buildings that they build in the trees, and they're all kind of interconnected through the tree branches. It's deep in the forest. It's pretty much exactly what you would expect out of like a forest nature utopia. It's they definitely have it all figured out there. Yeah, we should go back there. You should join them. They know exactly what they're doing.
But were they interested in joining the Thunderous Fury? Or they I don't expect they know about the Guild of Many Colors, but were they interested in joining this group?
Their vision's a bit bigger than our group, the Thunderous Fury. But there's room for all.
Maybe a joint partnership, yes.
There's, they didn't seem opposed to wearing leather, so probably many potential customers for you.
We could make a thunderous consortium of many groups.
You're right. Yes, I'm already seeing the dollar signs in my eyes.
Well, I would not be opposed, but if there is a need to check on, to check in and register with the captain or the one in charge of your group, then we might. I don't know if we need to do that first or if they're just going to wait around indefinitely. I would hate to be traipsing around the countryside and then like sever you from the people that your group if they decide to leave.
Oh, no. They are pretty. They're gonna stay there. They have a massive civilization, and it's hard to find. They kind of have to want you to find them. So yeah, we'll be the ones kind of roaming around, and eventually we'll just end up there if they wish it.
I mean the Thunderous Fury, like they are based in Mid Mountain, right?
Right,
so
right.
Like, I would hate for them to leave and leave us behind. If they're like, if we need to check in every once in a while and see how things are going, and I am sure there's someone is in charge and would need to know or would like to know about the new members.
Well, we could go back there. We could go check in. I forget who. Sorry, guys. Who's in charge of Thunderous Fury? It's definitely not me.
Yeah, it is. It's Ox, which
Yep.
Zorphan definitely never has met.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody told Basil that. So there's definitely somebody in charge.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I've never met the guy either. So we should go back and we should go meet him. Right?
Yes, we'll need to see. Maybe they have a leather supplier that could, as members, we could kind of get a discount and use to help bolster, be the second, to be the. My mind is totally blanking. To be like a special partner, I guess. Maybe they know some good leather workers who can hook us up with supplies.
That's right. Yes, a preferred vendor.
Yes. We can provide the color that we can harvest from the blood of our enemies and various wildflowers. Of course.
Well, yes, I mean, as I said, I'm out here looking for enemies of Nashira, so there's definitely potential for a lot of blood to be spilled.
Basil's like, oh well, yeah, maybe you want to link up with these priests, and I'll take Giles back on the boat, and we'll head back to Mid Mountain.
Okay.
Well, that would work. Do you think you will be able to make it safely with just the two of you? I hope you do not run into any more spiders.
I think we learned our lesson. We should be okay. That way, if we come across anyone, a chance that we could get them in the guild and get them in the Thunderous Fury.
I like the way you think, Basil. You are totally. It is as you said yesterday. You are completely honest and trustworthy, and I believe in you. Giles, I wish you safe travels. Spread the good word and take care of yourself.
Oh, you do the same. And they kind of get in the boat and begin to row across towards like this small little bay area. They begin to row across and leave you guys here on the shore.
All right. See you guys. All right,
All right.
Zorphan, you ready?
I am.
All right. Well, we'll go see if we can find these magic users. All right. And so I guess I'm kind of leading Zorphan back towards the forest.
Yeah, so you move through these bushes and these like wooded area towards the town of Eastport, where the ape ship is now docked, and they have a collection of people out there they're talking to. So you can just go around them. You can go through town or some other action you want to do.
Zorphan would be interested in trying to avoid the ape empire, given that this is probably the ship that he dealt with already. And you wouldn't want to like be seen twice by the same ship in different places. So if possible, can we go around maybe outside the village, outside Eastport? And I mean, this is a city. This is the biggest civilization I've seen. Man, there are like 20 buildings here. This is as much as I'd love to stay in town and see the culture that this place clearly exudes. I don't want to draw attention to ourselves from the ape empire, especially this boat.
Oh, what do you have to hide? I mean, the city's big enough you could probably blend in. And it looks like they're kind of trying to give those people some trouble. I don't know. I think we should go intervene or see if there's anything fishy going on over there.
These are probably the same ones that you ran into in my hometown, which I can't remember the name of it. I wish I did.
I don't think we named it. Was just a small little like dock that I don't even think it had a name.
Yeah, it was Utopia.
There we go.
In the town of Utopia, we ran into them, and I may have inadvertently sent them here, or suggested that they come here anyway. And I would prefer to not show my face to them twice.
All right. Well, I guess we could get an opportunity later, and worst comes to worst, I'm sure ape blood will make a lovely leather color.
It would. It would also probably draw a lot of attention, unwanted attention, and could be detrimental to the success of the guild.
Well, if we become big enough, then I guess we have an infinite source of one color.
All right. So let one of you guys make a roll for the group, for each of you, for both of you. You can make a wisdom roll. So
that's what die is that?
D20.
All righty.
What kind of roll? Sorry, my internet.
Wisdom.
Go ahead.
That's a pass. I got a 3.
Okay. You go ahead, roll too.
Okay. I got a 13. Let me double check my whole thing here. Wisdom. My wisdom is 16.
Okay. So you guys, the town is not that big, but you avoid any kind of being seen by the apes. It looks like they have sent off a small little delegation of people, 3 or 4, to the southeast. And Ethex, you would know that there's a small little hamlet down southeast here. You know, there's all these little small patches of people who live here. So that's probably where they're headed, to go just check on what's going on. You've heard a rumor that a local mayor has gone missing, and that's presumably where he is from. Probably the hobgoblins were supposed to have taken him or something. So that's probably where they're headed. But you avoid being seen or noticed by them as it's dark now. And you are headed to wherever this forest is, deep in these mountains, where the FNU is, the Forest Nature Utopia, exists.
It's like a kind of fun.
Yeah.
You. All right. So Zorphan, there's a couple hamlets around here where there's some people. With the ape empire being nearby, I worry that they're going to cause trouble to these smaller groups. I'm maybe it's something we keep in mind in the future. Maybe it's where we could get our hands on. I can get my hands on apes if they break off into smaller groups, and you could get your hands on some new dye for your leather. So let's keep that in mind as we go through these hamlets, and maybe we could even warn some of the residents there that the ape empire might come in. I know there's a couple on the way between here and the forest, so let's just see if there's anyone that we can drop by and give them a heads up.
Absolutely. We should be careful about engaging with them. Most of this area, I believe, is they're not really prevalent much because the population is so small, and at least to the ape empire, it is rather insignificant. I would hate to change their minds on this issue where they start patrolling more regularly and have a wider presence. So I definitely agree. But we should take caution to ensure that we do not give them reason to pay more attention to this part of these towns along the shore.
That's a good point. Yeah, if they do start trouble, they can continue to start trouble.
Zorphan is powerful. Not really, but he would like to believe he is powerful. But he is not powerful enough to take on the ape empire. In fact, I don't know anybody who is.
That's all right. You're thinking ahead. You're powerful in the mind. You may not be as powerful in the body, but definitely in the mind, Zorphan. That's so yes, a balanced approach. Some caution, but maybe let them know the trouble's on its way.
Absolutely.
All right, so you guys trek for a couple hours at night, moving here in the in some of the mountainous regions, as Ethex is trying to recall exactly which way this utopia was, which he said would be revealed to him. So not sure, as long as you get in the general vicinity, but it's not like you will find it, they will let you find it, as he had said. And it's probably around close to midnight as you're still moving, and you come up you start to see the light of a fire, like a campfire, in the distance.
Zorphan, you see that?
It appears some people have camped for the night. Perhaps we can check it out and see if they appear friendly.
They may be in the need of some leather armor. Let's proceed with caution, though. Let's try to sneak up on them.
Absolutely. Zorphan is as quiet and as soft as a baby's bottom when it comes to walking.
All right, you guys can give me a wisdom or a dex roll.
Do we choose?
Yep, I'll let you choose.
Oh man. You know, it's hard for me to fail a dex roll, and I managed to do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose to roll for wisdom because I want to be under, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to be under. Yep.
All right. I succeed. I roll a 9.
Yeah, so ethics is no issue, just kind of getting closer. As you're getting closer, you can see that there are 3 individuals sitting around this fire. And Zorphan catches some rocks under his foot and and you can hear it hits one and then hits a bunch, and they kind of roll off the side of this trail, and you can hear them go down and hit some more, and you can see the head of one of them kind of look up over the fire, and he's like, "Who's there? Show yourself."
It is I, and I walk into the firelight. My name is Zorphan. I saw your fire from a distance, and it looked warm and inviting. Do they look warm and inviting?
The person you see has got a gruffy beard, and let's see. Does it look warm and inviting? Good question. Give me a charisma roll as you do this.
Hey, that one's good. My charisma's garbage too. So yeah, I made it. I got a 2.
He kind of smiles. You can see he's got some food in his teeth as he's been eating, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, have a seat. Don't mind. Scoot over. So they kind of make some room for you to sit by the fire.
This is my friend Ethex. Yeah, we are traveling in these parts. It is good to meet you.
So the big guy, the guy with the beard, you can see he's kind of built. You can see that he is not he's not like the other two. He's probably like 6'5". He's like, "My name's Roland, and this is Vid." He points, elbows the guy next to him, and you notice that he is a half elf.
Is that?
You would understand that elves in this world basically are slaves. Half elves, not really. They don't have that bad of a lower class, but elves really aren't treated very well. And this half elf has got he's got a pretty big sword, and he's wearing like plate armor, and he's just sitting by the fire sweating. And there's another guy who's wearing like a cloak that's like brown and green, and it kind of flutter. It's got almost like it's got glitter on it.
Sounds like a man of fashion.
He's like, "This is Ollie. Yeah, we're just out here doing the adventure thing. What are you guys up to?"
You could say the same. Zorphan here has a booming leather business, as you might be able to tell from the way he's fancifully dressed.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yes. And like it, for like the mind's like the picture, it's like a normal like it's a normal leather, like normal set of leather armor, but it's got like kind of uh pins, yeah, like buttons, or like kind of like the things that like leather armor has. It's got like that, but like there are these patches of like orange and red and green and brown, like kind of just like haphazardly, kind of like flare from Office Space.
Oh yeah.
Basically it's like that, but with like leather, like little leather colored patches instead. Are you? I'm a fan of your armor. Is that what color was it?
The guy's wearing a brown and green like glitter cloak.
That is that aquamarine?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't get it from the ocean or a nymph. I mean, or a mermaid or anything.
Oh, I mean, aquamarine is a type of color. Tell me, are you familiar with the Guild of Many Colors?
No, never heard of it. Pleased to meet you. It's Ollie, and as he goes to shake your hand, his cloak is like hanging. He doesn't realize he catches it on the fire for a second. He's like, oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. And he,
Nice to meet you. Would you like to step away? Step away.
oh, yeah. Roland, we're gonna step away from the fire for a second. He's like, okay. And you see that Roland has got plate mail on as well. It's got ding marks in it, and it looks like maybe he has seen action, probably.
The guild is it's growing. It is effectively we have partnered with the Thunderous Fury, which is a local event company.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the first step of being in the guild is having a set of flair to show your color and to show your personality. And I see, I am sorry that I am a little shocked that you have not heard it, because your cloak is quite fascinating.
Well, it's what my mentor gave me. So, I mean,
Do you know where such a thing was fashioned?
no.
Who is your mentor?
Gore and the Wise.
He must be wise indeed to have picked such a color scheme. Wise in the ways of fashion and protection.
Yeah, so I think he was. I think he went to the Berkshire School of Magic, if I'm not mistaken.
I have never heard of such thing.
Yeah.
Is that where all magicians go?
Yeah, I mean, it's not as a big deal, apparently, as it used to be, considering magic and its limitations these days. But I was, hoping to attend there myself. I mean, that's kind of why I'm on this little trek here, to hopefully get my entrance fee, get my admission, and, enough for travel.
Have you or Goran ever heard of our lovely nature goddess Nishira?
Yeah. Roland kind of, you see him looking up. He's like, yeah, I'm familiar with her. Why do you ask?
Well, if you're interested in magic, there's a civilization around here of devout devout followers of Nishira. We're actually looking for it, but okay, this is very confusing. We're looking for it. I've been there, but I've never found it myself before. It's one of those places that tends to appear out of nowhere. Very, it's shrouded in mystery and magic. The place itself basically decides if you're worthy of being there or not. So you kind of need a reason to be there, and we're trying to go back there, because I wanted to introduce my friend here, Zorphan, to some of the magic users that I've become friends with.
But the half elf kind of sitting there sweating, beads of sweat falling, opens his eyes as he hears this, and he's like, yeah, you know them? That's what we've been looking for. And then he looks at Roland, and Roland kind of just stares daggers into his face, to his eyes, and he's like, I mean, yeah, that'd be great.
Well,
but
why are you guys looking for it?
Roland's like, well, it sounds really interesting. I mean, some sort of magical place that just kind of appears. You don't see that all the time around here.
Oh, your half-elf friend seems very interested. Does he know anything about it? Has he ever been there?
No, he hasn't. But yeah, if you know the way, that'd be great.
What will you do when you find this place? What do you hope to learn?
Probably just sit a spell, just, I don't know. It just depends on what we find. I mean, what do you guys plan on doing once you get there?
Enriching our minds. And finding maybe some new customer base for a new line of leather goods.
I've been making my way back there so I can try to warn them about the ape empire. One of the churches was burned down, and I think the apes might have been behind it.
Oh.
You have to tell me if I ask you, because that's the rule. Are you part of the ape empire?
Who you asking?
That's a good question.
Who are you asking?
Roland.
No, you can distinctly tell he is human. He's like, no, you got to be an ape.
Yeah, I was thinking that it would be fairly obvious that they were ape dudes, if so.
But are you allied with the ape empire? Are they paying you for any services? Are you under contract?
Oh, under contract? No.
Can I tell if he is telling the truth?
You can give me wisdom roll if you want.
That made it. I got a 7, and my score is a 10.
Okay.
Pulling the all. If you're a cop, you have to tell me you're a cop. I would not mind. I would not mind traveling together for a while. It is safer in numbers.
Yeah.
Roland, you look like you have seen some action. What is out here? Or is that from prior engagements? Just from long intense usage.
Well,
your armor has dents.
You spend enough time in the Vigilant Mountains, and you'll encounter a lot of different creatures. Need to be aware about here. Heard about that mining company. A bunch of people went crazy over there.
I am not familiar. Ethex, have you heard of such thing?
No, I don't think so. Can you tell us some more?
I just know there was some people that came out of there half crazed. We ran into them a couple days ago.
They didn't say anything like what happened. They were just crazy.
They were just out of their minds.
That is quite serious. Is everybody from the mining company, did they all suffer the same fate? Or is there still some of those who have their sanity intact?
I don't know. Didn't sound like very safe place to go. I mean, these guys came out of there and they didn't have a lick of gold or anything on them. They tried to fight us with clubs. Besides, I heard there's some ogres that are guarding some bridge on the way to the mining company, and I'm not dealing with any ogres.
I would not blame you. They are nasty pieces of work.
That's why this forest, the sheer Utopia sounds so much better. I don't, maybe they give us some insight into this madness that's going on.
Yes, that would be good. I suspect that they have some control over the power to heal. Maybe they have some remedy to heal a sick mind, which sounds like this mining company could use, as they are stricken with madness and madness and the grief of madness, I am sure, for those that have remained.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be an early start, so I'm probably gonna rest here. Get my pack out and get a little bit of rest. He looks at the vid and Ollie's like, yeah, why don't you make sure you're pulling some kind of watch? We don't need blink bears showing up in our camp. So
Blink bears. Interesting. Do not all bears blink?
I've heard some that don't.
That is scary. Well, we will set up camp as well. Take refuge. Would you like one of us to take a watch in the rotation to give you guys a?
I mean, to be fair, we just met. I mean, I trust you, but I don't. So, one of our guys will stay up with you, I would assume.
Yeah, we'll take turns too, Zorphan, and we'll stay up and make sure, no one's up to any funny business.
Yeah.
So me and Zorphan kind of like do a quick little huddle, and I let him know, it's like, hey, if one of us gonna stay up and watch, let's try to make sure we get some more information out of that half elf, because he definitely seemed to know more about the FNU than Roland was letting it on to be. So maybe he'd be willing to talk if Roland is asleep.
I think that is wise. Roland, I got the sense that Roland was not being completely truthful and there and his assessment of how he is related to the ape empire. I suspect that there is some aspect there is some partnership, some coupling that he is not telling us.
What do you make of this this guy with the green cloak and Goran the Wise, his mentor?
Well, he is definitely not of the guild because he had not heard of it, or at least he professes to not hear of it. If I had to guess, he might have killed a guild member and stolen the cloak.
The Guild of Many Colors?
I suspect.
Well, don't you know everybody that's been in the Guild of Many Colors?
It is a distributed guild. There are cells, and anybody can be in it, given that they adhere to the principles.
Okay.
So you use the brightly colored accoutrements to signal your membership to others. But if he disposed of one of them and took his accoutrement, that's kind of where that's kind of what the weakness in the whole plan of identifying who is in and who is out kind of falls apart there. But
all right. Well, maybe what we could do is when we're on our shift for watch, I'll stay up with the half elf, and you'd stay up with the guy that with the cloak. Maybe we could find out more about both things.
That would be good. It is a plan.
Right. Make sure you find out more about Goran the Wise, because if he's not a follower of Nashira, that's not good either.
Yes, I suspect they do not have kind intentions for these magic users.
All right.
But we will see if we can confirm these suspicions.
Okay. So who's watching first out of the this trio that we've stumbled upon?
Vid, the half elf.
Alrighty, so I'll watch first, and I'll chat up this half elf. So I'm kind of hanging out by the fire with him, and
Yeah, you can see he's sweating his ass off. He's wearing like plate mail, and he's like, "Okay, I know I'm on what, man." So,
hey man, that plate armor has gotta be pretty heavy, and uncomfortable.
yeah, it is.
You ever think about leather armor instead?
Does it? I mean, what's the chafing situation? Is it as bad as this?
Oh, basically no chafing whatsoever. I mean, it's very conforms to the body very well, and very comfortable. It doesn't breathe great, but breathes better than plate armor, that's for sure.
Yeah,
You're basically in a tin box.
I know. I mean, I'll definitely have to take it off, try to get any sleep. No, I mean, Goran's not the crazy one. He sleeps in his armor for some reason. I mean, sorry, Roland.
Yeah, what's up with that? I mean,
He never takes it off. I don't know.
well, how did you guys get to know each other?
Well, we were I was in Nathville, just looking for work, and he comes strolling in, and he had some jobs to do. He said that he was looking. We were looking for some followers of Kurgosh. He said that the Westenor mayor, the Emker Westenor, they don't pay nothing for turning followers in, because of the whole Elven Empire thing. I mean, the Ape Empire thing, but the North Anor Emker, yeah, they pay. They don't care. They'll pay you some money for turning them in. So he hired me, and he was Ollie was already with him, and we caught some. They said they were Kurgosh followers, and
Well, I don't know if there's any Kurgosh followers around these parts. I mean, what was it that was bringing you guys out here? You said you were trying to find the FNU yourselves, the Forest Utopia. Now, I can tell you from my own personal experience, those aren't Kurgosh people. Those are Nashira people.
Yeah, if you want to roll intelligence for me.
All right. Got a 6. My intelligence is hopefully that's my intelligence is a 12.
Okay, so you would know that Kurgosh is one of the gods, one of the basically one of the 5 gods of the world.
Okay.
Nashira is the daughter of one of the gods.
Okay.
And Kurgosh is the god of giants. And a lot of dwarves follow him.
Okay.
And usually mountainous regions.
Oh, okay.
And the main temple is in a place called Kor, and that's to the east.
All right. And what's the relation between, because you said Nashira is the daughter of one of the 5 core gods. What's the relation between Nashira's
followers
heritage and
then it's not adversarial. I mean,
okay. And I guess then the followers of Nashira versus what was the name?
Kurgosh.
I'll
write up. Kurgosh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's not like an ongoing war or a conflict between them.
Okay, so they're not really friendly either, or just kind of just.
I wouldn't even. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're. I wouldn't even say they're indifferent. It's just they don't see each other as hostiles.
Okay. All right. So I'm asking this guy about why they're here, and Kurgosh followers are often in mountainous regions. We just so happen to be in one, but we're also in a forest in the mountainous region. All right. Have there been any followers of are you guys following followers of Kurgosh now?
I mean, there's always a standing offer that we can turn some in. We'll get paid.
Okay. And I guess you just mentioned that you were out adventuring. What actually brings you out into the woods? I mean, is it a coincidence that are you also looking for the Forest Utopia, or is that like a secondary objective?
Well, we heard some rumor. If you've been to Mid Mountain, it's like to the west. We heard some rumor, some people talking that that somebody came into a bunch of money and stashed it somewhere in the mountains. There was just some rumor. I don't know how true it is, but we heard it was a lot. And of course, Ollie's real interested in, getting to the Brookshire School of Magic. And I mean,
yeah, I haven't heard the rumor about the money stash, but I'm interested. I'm always interested in money. Yeah, I will have to. Hey, maybe if you find it, you can buy yourself some nice leather armor that you can wear instead of that plate armor.
yeah. I mean, it saved me in a scrap or two, but just having to lug it around and wear it all the time, it's tough.
Well, leather armor is, you can trust me. You'll like it. It's something that you can. You're going to be more agile in, and that can save you in a scrap or two as well.
Yeah.
So, hey, have you ever been to this Forest Utopia before? It sounded like you were familiar with it.
No, I've heard of it. Well, I mean, not really me. I mean, Roland's heard of it, but I hadn't. I'm just, it sounds pretty interesting.
Has he ever said anything about it? Has he ever been there?
Look, I mean, he says that he could find it, but I don't think he can. I don't think he knows where the hell he's going. I mean, we've been kind of like going in circles here for who knows how long. I didn't really want to point it out to him because he's kind of in charge, but I don't think he has any sense of direction.
Well, it's like I said, you don't find it, it finds you. So something tells me that if he thinks he knows where it is, he has no idea what he's talking about then.
Give me a D12 roll.
I got a 5.
Okay. So if you can continue talking with him, that's fine, but nothing eventful happens. There's no strange animals or encounters for your watch, however long that is.
All right. Well, I guess we'll swap out now. Zorphan can go talk to fancy guy.
Yeah. You see the vid takes this plate off, and he looks so relieved to finally get it off his body, and just kind of crashes to the ground, like just on the bare. That's right. This is the winter time, so he just rolls out like a cheap blanket, just a blanket that's got a bunch of holes in it, and just lays there and is fast asleep.
All right, and as we're like switching, I
Yeah.
tell Zorphan, I'm like, hey man, this guy, all I gotta do is close the deal. He's gonna want some of that leather armor.
Oh, this is great. I will see. I will gauge their interest as well. To see if we can make it full. But thank you so much.
Hey man, you know what I said about commissions.
Of course. Everyone will get their share, their cut.
All right, so I go to sleep.
All right. So Ollie gets up. You would assume this is some sort of spellcaster, magic user by his outfit, and he comes up to the. Gets up. He was all covered in a bunch of blankets here, as it's probably below freezing at this point. See your breath, and he kind of comes up and brushes the sleep out of his eyes, and he takes out this decanter and he pours a cup of some water. You notice as he does this, the water there's no ice or anything in it, and he just kind of hands it. He's you look thirsty. What was it again?
It is Zorphan.
Zorphan, yes. A drink.
Of course. Thank you. I am. It is a shame that we have just met and we do not trust each other yet. But I hope we can remedy that tonight. What sort of drink is this?
Oh, it's high quality H2O.
Ah, yes. And he takes a little sip.
It tastes like spring water, like some of the best spring water you've ever tasted. Perfectly chilled.
Ah, this is excellent. It is a little chilly for tonight, but it is still very good. It was some of the best water I've had. Did you find this?
Oh. No, it was a gift. And he goes to pour some more because he already drank it and spills it on his leg. He's like, oh, damn. It was kind of a gift. From Roland, from one of the trips, one of our adventures we did.
So you guys have been together for some time.
Yeah.
That's very good. I think I overheard you earlier mentioning something about Goran the Wise.
Oh yes, my mentor. Yeah.
What is where does his wisdom lay? In what subject? Is he good? Is he a philosopher?
Oh, more in the magic arts. It's sort of forgotten these days. I mean, it's the Ape Empire sort of keeps a close eye on anybody who practices.
Yes, they have to be licensed, do they not, with the Empire in order to conduct.
In some,
magic.
yes, and
it is sad to live in such a day and age where the preternatural inclinations of who we are is being stifled by bureaucracy.
well, I mean, it is what it is.
Are you licensed to practice magic with the Ape Empire, or do you keep it under wraps, or under that cloak?
Yeah. I don't really advertise it.
Very good. Just as well.
Yeah. Yes,
But
just as well.
where is Goran? Where did you learn? You learned from Berkshire School of Magic. I have heard of such thing in my travels, but I admit I am fairly ignorant on the subject. I was hoping you could tell me a little bit more about it, having been there and been a student.
Well, I've never been a student. Goran was a student. That's where he was trained. I mean, they keep kind of a close watch on all their students, and you know, it's part of Westernor. So the Emker there, basically, you have to bribe the school and the apes to get in. That's why it costs so much. Since I'm not an ape, as you can see.
That much is clear. So are you what sort of adventures have you and Roland embarked on do they follow a particular theme, or is it whoever needs help in it or is willing to pay?
I mean, we were tracking down some bandits in a Lost World, and I think they were wanted by the Ape Empire. We got paid pretty well. Turns out that they were followers of of Totec, of course.
Ah, is that why they got paid so well?
I don't know. That probably was one of the many crimes against them. Oh, you can give me an intelligence roll.
That was I got a nat 20.
Okay.
So
yeah,
definitely fail.
yeah. Totec is not a term you've heard. That goes straight over your head. It might be tectonic. Who knows?
Totec, yes, like the like the brand of ale. Yeah, Totec. So they are followers of this ale.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but yeah, we were paid. We were paid for that. That was the first trek, and then we were in Hopetown for a little bit, and we did some jobs there, and then made our way to Nathville, and that's when we ran into Vid.
Ah, very interesting. What do you seek the what are you seeking out the wisdom from the force nature Utopia?
I mean, I don't think I'm going to learn a whole lot there. It sounds kind of interesting, but to be honest, I don't put a whole lot of faith or in these kind of forest worshippers. The real power is in the magic that comes from, the elements and from beyond, not in, trees and shrubs.
What elements are beyond? Are not trees made of these elements?
Well, like fire and rain and wind.
Ah, I see. Well, that makes sense. But is not nature part of that?
In some sense, but there's a kind of a life cycle to it. I don't know. Any of these druid types I've always found, I don't know. They've been a bit too eccentric for me.
If you are not interested in their craft, I am curious what brings you to FNU.
It's Roland. I mean, he's running the show, so he wants to find it. Honestly, I don't think he knows where. He doesn't seem to know where he's going, but just like anything he does, he'll probably stumble on it someday. I mean, we should be good enough for another week out here without having to go into town and get supplies.
Very good. Well, I am going to. I find that my legs are a bit chilly. I am going to stretch them and go for a brief walk around the perimeter.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well, I'll keep an eye out. Go ahead and give me a D12 roll.
It's a 9.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you don't see anything. There's some, just the crunching of your feet on the snow and the occasional noise in the woods somewhere. The nocturnal animals. That's about it. Unless you're going to go and ponder or something.
Yeah, Zophan's just like pondering, looking at the night sky and kind of watching his breath kind of follow and disperse into the air, thinking about the new life he's taken up recently.
Okay.
There's been a lot of changes, and he's just taking a moment to reflect on what's brought him to this moment where he's sitting with 4 strangers, effective strangers in a camp. But after 15-20 minutes, he'd come back and get warmer on the fire again.
Okay. So the sun begins to come up here over the mountain, and it's very early, and Roland is already up. You can see that Ollie has opened that decanter and he's pouring it out on the fire. And he's pouring and pouring. And it looks like there's a lot more water coming out of it than should be in the decanter because he keeps pouring and pouring to make sure the fire is out. And then he stops and then he fills up his cup and has a drink. And Roland's like, all right, new travelers, I guess we need to head out.
Yes. Do you know which direction? Do you have an idea of which direction you were heading?
Yeah. He kind of looks around. Both of you guys can give me intelligence or wisdom.
I guess it doesn't matter. I'll do both. So I got a 9, and I'll choose wisdom. So I made it.
And I got a 15. No, I meant to say I was going to do wisdom, but I got the 15, and my wisdom passed, so it passes.
Okay, so you both pass. You realize he really has no sense. He is about to head in the direction you just came. He's like, yeah, that's probably the way to go. I think. Yep. All right, guys, pack up your gear. Let's go. Come on. And Vid is like putting on his plate mail, like, oh my God,
I'm gonna. So we have, as we're getting our stuff together, we kind of have another little aside, and I'm like, hey, Zorphan, you find anything out from these guys last night?
Ollie is not particularly fond of druids. He fundamentally disagrees with nature as a primary force in this world.
Because he thinks that the magic powers come from the elements, not nature. But I disagree. All the elements are part of nature.
I concur. I am in the same boat. I have a hard time believing that someone who is not interested in nature as such a view of nature has any sort of academic interest in the forest nature utopia, or any sort of good interest that would be allied with it, if that makes sense. I think we have some trouble.
Yeah, did you my they the half elf was telling me that they've been running around gathering up flowers of Korgash. Did he say anything about that?
He did, and then he said they spent some time in Hope Town, where they did some jobs. Of what the nature of these jobs were, he did not know, or rather, he did not say anything. He did not go into detail, and I didn't press because it seemed that I did not think he would answer with any sort of honesty.
Okay, well, I did get the half elf talking a bit, so I agree. I think that these guys aren't to be trusted, and these previous jobs of theirs are. I don't know if they're up to any good here. I'm curious why they're actually looking for the FNU.
I suspect they are. They intend to receive some reward, some bounty. For
maybe that's why we haven't found the FNU yet either, because it knows that these guys are not to be trusted, so it's not showing itself to us either.
What can we do to? We need to do something to. We should try to. We should try to ensure that they do never find the FNU.
Oh, we could start by we could kill him.
Yes.
They won't find it then.
Fighting all three at this time might be. That might be
A little dangerous.
Yes. If we can get them into a situation where they're at a disadvantage, then we may have more success.
All right. Well, the half elf seems pretty encumbered by his armor, so I'd hate to have you lose a customer, but I know we could have the upper hand on him pretty quickly.
Yes, he may be encumbered, but all he needs is one good hit, and Zorphan will be done for. At least Zorphan would be. I am not sure about you. You appear to be hardy.
Yeah, pretty hardy.
Zorphan is strong, but not that strong.
All right. Well, let's continue along with them for a little bit and see if the opportunity presents itself that we can get these guys split up or something. Maybe that's how we can get the upper hand on them, and the worst case scenario, we maybe try to apprehend a couple of them.
That sounds good.
Okay, so you're gonna basically just follow Roland's lead as he is kind of like taking charge of this group and trekking through the snow. You're definitely backtracking where you guys have gone. So I mean, you're kind of like, he kind of will look down and he's looking at the footprints, and you know that they're your footprints because you came up here. He's kind of like examining them. He's like, yeah, I think we're headed in the right direction. This is good. And he continues to head back down and towards where you came from.
Hey, Zorphan, let's not worry about this guy taking us the wrong direction or the direction we already came from, because, as I said, the place will just show itself. I mean, it could be anywhere, So I'm saying this, and I'm also like kind of loading my crossbow because I'm thinking maybe these guys have let their guard down. But at the same time, I think I hear a noise off to the side. I say, "Hey guys, I think I just heard something over there. Maybe it's one of those blink bears. I want to make sure that we're safe, so I've loaded up my crossbow. I've let these guys know that I'm keeping an eye out."
Okay. Roland doesn't really hear you because he's focused on what he's doing, but so so Roland is first. Who's second?
I imagine like they would all be second, like, and then Zorphan and Ethex are bringing up the rear.
Vid is in the rear as he's like walking, and you can see him, he's like sweating because he's wearing this armor. Roland tells Vid to cover the rear.
Okay. Then I'd imagine Zorphan's an acrobat. I guess he'd be either one. So let's just say he's third.
Okay.
In the marching order, and
right.
Because he imagined that Ollie is second.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm right in front of the half elf guy.
So yeah, they're trekking along. You say this, and then Vid is like, "Well, that's good. Yeah, just don't accidentally shoot somebody in the knee. I heard that ends their adventuring career right off the bat." So.
So, how long have you been out here looking for this? Looking for the FMU?
I don't know, 6-7 days. I'm not sure. The scenery all looks the same. Are you talking? I'm assuming you're talking to Ollie or Vid. Well, it'd be Ollie.
Probably Ollie, since Ollie would be in front of me.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, it's been about 5 or 6 days. Yeah, everything's starting to look the same." And Roland just kind of stops and turns around and is like, "What do you mean? We're close. Shut up. I can feel it."
If you say so. We were just up this way earlier, and we saw nothing.
Roland stops. He's like, "What? Why didn't you say something?"
Oh, we thought you knew the way.
Yes, I was trusting your leadership and your tracking abilities.
Oh, okay. Well, there's all this snow, and I mean, we could have just overlooked it. It's probably pretty close. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, so Zorphan is just, as like we're walking around and kind of marching through, taking note of the terrain and any kind of interesting or like points of interest or landmarks. Are there any in the area we're at? Are there any sort of cliffs or like not sure what the term for it is, but like rock boulders that like there's like a hill and there's like a bunch of rocks, but it's not like quite a cliff, but like because it's smaller.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be like a crag.
Yeah, like crags.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're around. I mean, you're kind of like going through passes, and there's the rocks and boulders on one side or another, and maybe over here there's a drop off, and that goes like 40 feet and then another drop off and piles of snow somewhere, a snowdrift.
So maybe Zophon can climb up there to get a better vantage point, but also it would give us the jump on these guys should we want to ambush them in any way. Could maybe push a rock off on somebody or something, you know?
Yeah, that's what Zophon's thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, as we pass by one of the crags, one that looks like it might give a good vantage point, Zophon would speak up. I am going to get a wider, a higher view, a vantage point to see just where we're at and where we are going.
Okay. Sure. All right. Yeah, we'll give us a break. Give Vid a chance to catch his breath.
You can do it, Vid.
And then, like he's like 10 feet, 20 feet behind everybody as he comes up over the hill. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good. We've rested finally. Ollie, some of that water would be great right now. He starts to walk up to him with his tankard. Yeah, water for everybody. Yeah, stay hydrated. So, does Acrobat have a special ability to climb?
It does actually. It's climb sheer surfaces.
Okay.
So,
is there a roll or you just do it?
I gotta look it up because the PDF
doesn't tell you exactly.
The PDF and book I have don't have the Acrobat class.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
I have to look it up on the publicly available one.
I figured that you'd be able to climb. That's why I suggested that.
Yeah, that's definitely in the purview. He's got like climb sheer surfaces, but that is like that corresponds to some like skill in the
climb
book.
sheer surfaces.
Oh, Dustin, I just noticed I do have leather armor already. Thought you'd like to know.
Okay, it's an 87, your first level, 87% chance.
Okay.
For every 100 feet.
Nice.
So if you want to roll a percentage,
percentile.
Yep.
So do I got to get under?
Yeah, you got to get under that number.
58. So that's
okay.
60.
Yeah, I mean, they watch. Ollie's like, wow, as he's pouring the water, and of course he pours the half of it on Vid. He's like, damn, what the hell, man? Come on, watch him go, and he just, you see, you can just climb right up 40 feet.
Yeah, Zorphan, as he climbs, he's like, it's like less climbing and more like just like hopping between different cracks, and like it looks really easy, like anybody could do that. But he gets to the top and looks out.
Okay. Give me, are you looking for anything, or are you just, is this a part of the ruse?
Looking kind of getting a vantage point and seeing like what he can see from here.
Okay. Give me a wisdom roll.
That's a fail.
Okay. You see a lot of snow-covered peaks, and the trail that you know goes all the way down to mid-mountain. You can see, and then you catch something flying, and it's coming up, and it begins to it comes up and it begins to approach your group. It's moving at a high rate of speed.
It's flying.
It's flying.
Can I tell how big it is?
What's Zophan's background?
He is a sailor.
Yeah. It's pretty damn big. It's not your average size bird.
Does it appear to does it appear like it's just a bird? Does it appear like there's something like there's any like it's like a mount, like there's anybody on top of it?
No, there's nobody on top of it, but it's as it gets closer, you can realize, wow, that is really big, because from far away it doesn't look that big, but as it gets closer. Ethics, if you want to give me an intelligence roll.
Okay. I got 5.
So you see this large bird-like thing flying. You have heard stories of in the mountains that storm giants live, to the east of here.
Uh-huh.
But they're usually guarded by griffins. And this thing looks like one of those griffins, because now you can see like an eagle's head, but its body looks that of like a lion. And it has wings.
Now, I also, in my bag, have this bird painting that I got from Tosil's. It was a magic item. And so I take that out really quick to try to compare and see if it's like the same creature. It's not. Okay. So I put it back away. I say to Roland, hey, roll, because I know they were hunting they were trying to round up the giant gods.
Yeah, Kurgosh.
Followers. Yeah. Yep. And so I kind of see this as an opportunity to maybe trick them. And so I say, hey, you see that griffin up there? That must mean there's some followers of Kurgosh nearby, because that's the giants are protected by those. And I suggest to Roland, you saw how easy it was for Zorphan to climb. Why don't you climb up there and see if you can see anything yourself?
He takes out one of his javelins. He's like, that griffin's worth some money. We need to take that thing down. And let's go ahead and do an initiative roll. You two can do an initiative roll. I'll roll for these guys.
The D20, right?
It's a D6, and it'll be either one of you roll. Just you guys got to decide.
I got a +1 modifier.
Oh, well, then you should probably roll that.
All right. It's a 4.
Okay, I know what I need to do. All right, so 6, they will go, and so they go first. He busts out his javelin, and we'll throw it at it. So he chucks the javelin up, and it strikes gets like a piece of its wing, and the javelin comes down, and it kind of veers off to the side. Vid drops his drink. He's like, oh, crap. And then he kind of looks up. He grabs his two-handed sword and does this, and then looks up, and he's like, and he just kind of waits. And Ollie he grabs that, he's got that decanter, and he drops it, and he's kind of fiddling around, and then you can see him. He's focusing on it. Looks like he's starting to like speak in some kind of. Well, he's mumbling something to himself. You guys are up.
I was going to say, if the creature's smart at all, it might realize that you and I mean it no harm. So I don't know what you were thinking, but maybe we try to protect the creature.
Well, Zophan's 40 feet up, so he wouldn't be able to communicate with
me.
Ethex.
Right.
But what Zorphan was thinking of doing was, is there a big rock Like when I say big, I mean like, you know, something that like something he could like probably like this big, something like a foot and a half large, like a pretty good boulder.
Yeah. I mean, you're in the mountains. Yeah, I would say so. Yes.
Yeah, so he's gonna like pick up like the biggest rock that he can carry and find.
Okay.
And he is this. So is the direction, so like if this is the cliff side, and like Zorphan's at the top, and like the everybody else is down here. Is the bird coming from this way? So Zorphan, what he's gonna do is he's gonna pick up the biggest rock he can, and like look towards it, and he's like, "Take that!" And he's gonna throw this, and he's gonna like try to throw it in such a way that it hits Ollie or Roland.
Okay.
But like kind of giving the ruse, like he's looking up.
Okay.
He's not like throwing it down, like throwing it at them. Throwing it towards the griffin, but in such a way where it's clearly not gonna go, but it'll like.
Okay.
And he was like, "Take that, big bird."
Okay. So give me a charisma roll first.
Oh, that is a fail.
Okay. And then go ahead and give me an attack roll. So I'll let you use strength or dex. Because you're picking up a big rock. You can use either or.
I'll use dex.
Okay.
Oh, are you kidding me? That's the roll I could have used.
You do have a hustle point.
I know. That's what I'm debating. I think I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hustle. That's even worse. So I got a 5 total.
Okay. So
Jesus.
so Ethics, a rock lands really close to you and Ollie. He's like, doosh, it lands, and the snow kicks up. It's like, and as he's like speaking, it looks like he's probably casting a spell, but he's like, "Oh, damn, you're breaking my concentration. What the hell?"
I am sorry. That bird is so crafty. Let me try again. I will not miss this time.
All right, Ethics, you're up.
All right, so as I jump out of the way, I think I can take this moment to kind of really sell a misfire in the crossbow, and I'm really kind of aiming at Ollie as well with the crossbow.
Okay.
But pretending that like I'm jumping out of the way with the rock, and
Okay.
yeah. So what do I roll first? I'm guessing that.
I mean, are you trying to deceive everyone into thinking? Are you like that it's an accident?
Yes.
Okay, so give me a charisma roll first.
I gotta look at what my charisma is here really quick. Oh, it's terrible. Okay, shit. All right. Yeah, I failed. My charisma is a 4. I rolled a 14.
Okay. So go ahead and give me an attack roll.
All right, attack roll. All right, I got a 9. Need a 13 on a missile attack.
Okay. So you rolled a 9?
Yes.
Yeah. That hits. Roll damage.
Which is 6. Sorry.
Crossbow bolt. Yeah, it's 6d6.
3.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to give Vid a wisdom roll to see if he notices what just happened. And that is a 6. You shoot Ollie as he's trying to cast a spell. A rock has disrupted him. Now he's been shot with a crossbow bolt. And he was like, oh, what the, oh, man, what the hell? And Vid goes, what the hell? I think they're in league with the Griffin.
It's at this moment where they both reveal their Gryffindor logos underneath their clothes. Gryffindor.
So let's see. So it is now the bird's turn. What are you doing? Let's see. So he's going to save the bite for Roland. Since Roland actually did hit him, and the rest of you guys did not. A 5, I don't believe hits him. And he's got claws. So we've got Ollie, Zorphan, Ethex, and Vid. We'll roll a d4 here. Number 2. So Zorphan, he swoops down, tries to bite at Roland, misses, and flies up, and then tries to claw at you. 12.
My AC is a 12. I always forget. That's
a hit.
That's a
Yeah.
hit.
You take 1 damage as he claws at you, and then with his second claw, because he's not going to fly back down and try to, claw at somebody else. And that'd be another hit. You take 2 more damage as he just kind of, his 2 claws just kind of, and then he flies up back around.
Yeah. So Zolfin's down.
Oh, jeez.
He only has 3 hit points.
Oh, hell.
Well, he's got one of those acorns, though, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything we could do about that. You're all the way up there. I'm not on top of the cliff face.
All right, so Roland will throw another. Oh, that's a miss. So he throws a javelin and misses. Ollie's been injured, and he's like, the hell? And you see him like speak some words. He mumbles something, and then he vanishes.
Yeah. Okay. So much for that.
This could be bad. All right. So Vid has seen your attempt, and he grabs his 2-handed sword and comes at you, and he rolls a 7. That would have been 8 damage as he takes a big swipe with this sword to try to get you because you're in league with the Griffin.
That's 8 damage?
No, it would have been.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming a 7 doesn't hit you.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. Wait. Which one am I looking at for that?
Your armor class.
AC. They're usually at least 10.
Oh, it's 14.
Yeah, so he just he takes a swing.
All right.
Oh well, I did not do the initiative roll. My bad. But you guys, you're up.
Okay. So I'm gonna take my axe. I'm gonna now, I guess, go back at him. Vid. So I need. It's like a strength. Yeah, it would be strength, wouldn't it?
Yep.
All right. I roll a 7. Yep. So it's a hit.
You rolled a 7 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of you swing, and he just kind of grazes off his armor.
Oh.
You want to roll high when you're trying to hit him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that was their turn. That was your turn. Here comes your ally. So the bird is going to go after Roland and miss again. He tries to bite him.
Come on, bird.
And we've got Ollie, Ethex, and Vid. Well, actually, no. Okay, so 3. So Ethex, the bird is coming after you with a claw.
Get out of here, bird.
It is a 16. You take 1 damage as it claws at you.
Okay.
And it goes after Vid this time. A natural 20.
Nice. Suck it, Vid.
So he'll take max damage plus the roll. So that's 5. I'm going to roll percentage. 0, whatever it is.
You know, I just realized that I calculated my AC wrong.
Uh-oh.
It should be 13, not 12, because I didn't add my dex to it, and the base for a leather armor is 12. So that attack that killed the attack that killed me that got a 12 wouldn't have hit.
Okay. So the bird attacks and comes flying back up, and then you see Zorphan get up. He might have been like faking he was down because he didn't want this bird to gnaw at him.
Tricky.
I think that was only the first attack, because there was like 2 of them. One that did 1 point of damage, and the second one did 2 points of damage. I think it was the first one that
actually did damage.
No, it was the one that because he hit twice.
Right.
So it was the first one that did 1 point of damage. I think that was the one that was a 12.
Okay.
Right. So I would have 1 HP.
Okay, you got 1 HP. Yeah. You get back up. You look down. You see that Ollie is gone. Roland doesn't know what's going on. He's got his javelins out trying to throw it at this griffin, and Vid and Ethex are fighting each other. And the bird has just left, and you can see that he has hit Vid, like clawed at him, and like you can see that there's some blood like coming out in between like where the armor is.
Okay. Is it Zolfin's turn?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to pick up another rock and attempt to throw it down at Vid.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Come on. Do me better. That's an 11 or a 12 dex.
It lands near him, does not hit him.
You are so agile and crafty, bird.
Give me a charisma roll.
I made that one. That's a 4.
All right. Let's do initiative. I'll let whomever wants to roll. 2 for these guys. So
Ernie.
And the bird gets a 6.
Nice.
I rolled a 2 as well.
Okay. So it's bird, you guys, and then your enemies.
The bird's totally on our team.
So he's going to go after Roland again. What was that? A natural 1. Let me just resolve that. 25. No, he only embarrasses himself as he tries to bite him. Let's see. Zorphan, yeah, technically Zorphan is back up. A 4. He's going after Vid.
Nice.
So his attack on Vid is a 15. It like clanks off his armor, and he's like, "Oh, now I got a bird. What the hell?" He's got it. He puts his arm up, and the next attack is on Ethex, and that's a 12. I take it that as a miss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so he kind of claws at both of you. And then, flies right back up again, and you guys are up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep swinging at what's his name? This guy that me and the bird are double teaming.
Vid.
So I'm gonna D20. Miss again. 6. Come on, man.
You do have a hustle point, action point, allows you to re-roll anything, but you can use it at any time. Doesn't mean
Yeah,
you
I
use
think
it.
I'm gonna do that. There we go. 18.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit. So you're using what, a hand axe or something?
Yeah, hand axe.
I'm pretty sure that's a D6. Let me double check. What more? What was hand axe? Hand axe D6.
Oh, 6.
Nice. Do you have any strength bonus? What's your strength?
My strength is 11.
Okay, no. So you just bury this thing right into him. He tries to use his sword to kind of parry it away. He does not. You like it sticks and you have to pull it back out and the blood comes out. Sprays him and you, and he's like, oh. Zorphan.
Zorphan is going to pick up. I'm assuming that he has like a cross. Maybe he wouldn't have a crossbow bolt loaded because that takes. Yeah, he probably just wouldn't have it loaded, so he'd have to like spend an action to load it. It's the downside.
You should have loaded it when I loaded mine.
Yeah. So I guess he's going to just try to throw another rock.
Okay. Go ahead, give me an attack roll.
Oh, man.
This campaign's had a lot of rock throwing.
Yeah, 10. Yeah.
Another
Oh,
rock
jeez.
lands. So another rock lands, and Vid is bleeding, and he looks up. He's like, "What are you doing throwing it at the bird? Worry about your friend. He's trying to kill me."
This bird will eventually be killed.
So he's
Zorphan
gonna.
has anything to do about it.
So Vid swings. That's definitely a hit. 18 plus. You take 3 damage as he finally connects with his sword and hits you.
Who, me?
Yep.
Oof. This guy's got like a ton of health. Right.
Oh well, let me roll for our buddy who's chucking these javelins. That one hits. That's so he connects with another javelin as he's just kind of like throwing and looking behind him like, what the hell is going on? These rocks falling from being dropped near him, and he's got 2 people fighting, and Ollie is nowhere to be seen. We are back to the top of the round, right?
Yep.
Okay, you guys are up. Back to the top of the round. We roll initiative again. 1, that would be for the bad guys. For the bird, I rolled a 5.
We have a 6.
And you have a 6. You guys are up first.
Okay. So I'm getting kind of low on hit points. We don't know how much life this vid guy has.
He looks pretty rough, man. He does. He looks in rough shape.
All right. I guess I'll just swing at him once more. See if I can finish him off. 19.
That's definitely a hit.
Yeah. And then the D6. And another 6.
All right. You can tell me how he dies.
I think I just I hit him in the same spot where you said I kind of like buried it in him, and I just kind of cut him in half, like long ways.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so
Okay.
he's definitely dead. Hot dog style.
Okay. All right.
What's that from? Like that happened in something that I watched. Something recent too.
Yeah, I know. I think I probably saw the same thing, but yeah, I can remember that as well.
Okay, Zorphan, you see vid drop literally, and
I will avenge you, bird. And then he picks up another rock, chucks it at Rowan, because eventually, through the law of probabilities, there has to be a successful attack. This is 12.
12 to hit.
Yeah.
No, you throw it, lands there, rolling. Nope.
Damn it, so fun.
You will eventually meet your demise, Griffin.
Okay. So the bird will go. I mean, first it goes after 8. That is a miss. So it tries to bite him again. It's continuing to try to bite Roland.
And this
Misses.
bird
It's
sucks
got-
at biting him.
Yeah, Ollie. So a D6 to see who it attacks, and I will roll at the same time. So a 1. So it swoops down and seems to like try to claw at something that's not even there. Then attacks again, and it swoops down to like a spot probably like 30 feet away. It kind of tries to bite him. It swoops around and just like claws 2 times, and then as it swoops back around. Ollie appears, and a ball of fire erupts. Let's see. So this would be Ethex. You get to roll a save versus spells.
Okay, let me see what I got. Saving throws versus spells. Do I want to be under or over?
Let's see. What's the number?
It's 16.
Yeah, you want to roll a 16 or higher.
Ooh. I do have a modifier of +2.
Okay, that's
saves
very
versus
good.
magic. So I have 14. So with that modifier, does that save me?
Yes, you take half damage, so you take 5 damage.
All right, I'm still dead.
Let's see. So let me give Roland. Roland will fail miserably. He takes all the damage. And let's see if it hits the bird.
This guy just killed everyone in one hit. Game over.
Game over, man. Game over. Save versus spells. Oh, it actually does have a number. 14. So let's see if this can. I rolled a 12. So the bird, so he catches everybody in the fireball. And even though Ethex seems to move out of the way, the fire just rolls right over him, and Ethex just drops to the ground next to Vid.
No, friend I just met yesterday.
All right, let's see. Bad guy's got a 3. The bird rolled a 5. Justin, I guess Zorphan, you get to roll.
All right. It's a 4.
All right, so he's going to go after, he's going to go, let's see here. The bite attack, that might hit.
11?
Yeah.
No, that misses.
He's going after Roland.
Oh.
Oh, wait, that's 2. Oh, hold on. That's another die. So that's 12 damage on him. So this time he clamps down. Roland's been hit with the fire, and it's thrown him, completely out of sync because he's been avoiding these attacks. And now he's getting chomped on by this bird, and he's like, son of a bitch. And 2 claw attacks against Ollie. That's the first one. Yeah, that's a hit. As he's there. And Ollie is looking in rough shape as he has appeared, and like that robe is like covered in blood now. The bird is just like and just begins to swoop around again. I think you're up, right, Dustin?
Yes.
Yep.
And I guess I'll throw another rock because
It's got to work eventually.
Who are you throwing it at, Roland?
Ollie. Unless Ollie is too far away.
Your rock would be 1d6 damage if you were to throw it. It has to be a smaller rock. So I'll let you throw it, but it's just be smaller.
Oh, then I'll just aim it at Roland.
Give me give me a wisdom roll.
That's a success.
You are pretty confident that this rock, even though it may not be, it's pretty small. If you hit him, we'll probably kill him because Ollie does not look in good shape, man.
Oh, okay. All right, then I will take a smaller one and just chuck it at Ollie. And that's a 17.
Yeah, he's dead. Tell me how he dies. He had 1 hit point.
He takes Zorphan takes up a stone, probably like palm size or softball size. Says, "Bird, your end is here," and he throws it down, just straight down. Because the bird's probably also down there, so he can kind of sell it. And he hits Ollie, and it it's like shutting off a light switch. It just hits him, and he just like crumples.
So Roland sees this. He's got his javelins. He sees Vid down. He sees Ollie drop. He's like, he's about to yell at Ollie for blasting him with a fireball, and he's like, "You better get cover!" And he grabs his javelin and starts running.
He with that, does it look like there's any sort of like cover? I guess, like, are there trees that Zorphan can hide behind, or?
or like
Um,
little shelters that might with like a little like kind of cave shelter that might be out of the bird's reach?
let's see.
I've got hide in shadows, move silently, evasion, jumping. I don't see anything particularly about for acrobat anyway about finding things.
Well, specifically the hide in shadows is at 10%.
Oh yeah.
And move silently is at 20. You could roll on that to like move silently and like hunker down.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was thinking in terms of finding, like, yeah, but that makes sense. I'm gonna see if he can move silently and hunker down. I guess what we'd rather would want is hide in shadows or something to try to hide. So I'm gonna try to find like some, maybe there's like some sort of spire on this crag that's casting a shadow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to see if I can like blend in with it.
All right.
It's a 10%. It's a 34, so that's a fail.
You try to hide, do your best to hide. The griffin, the griffin will go after Roland as he begins to run. There's a 2. Tries to bite him and then kind of like flies up in the air and comes back on the ground and kind of looks around. Let's see. Ollie, Zorphan, Ollie, Ethex, and Vid. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it kind of walks over and starts pecking at Ollie and grabs him and starts to fly off with it. You don't see any more javelins as Roland is running, and you can see him just like you see like bits of snow, like he goes past a tree and knocks some of the snow off, and he's running in some direction to get away from this thing.
Zorphan is going to climb back down the crag.
Okay. All right.
And check out Ethex's body.
Charred corpse, yes.
He's gonna reach into Ethex's rummage through his stuff to find the acorn.
Yep. Okay.
And say he hold it up. Nashera, bring your blessings upon one of your followers, one who was seeking the light from you. And he puts the acorn inside Ethex's mouth and closes it.
Okay.
And then does the Aragorn kiss on the forehead. Awake, young one. Live, breathe again.
Ethics, you open your eyes. It's kind of, you have kind of a bitter taste in your mouth.
That was really hot. It's the last thing I remember. Was this Ollie like launched the sun at us or something?
Yes. You were engulfed in flames. You, for a brief moment, more than a few brief moments, you have passed beyond the veil of this world, but you have come back at Nashira's will.
Oh, well, I knew it. I told you that those people know what's going on. Anyway, I feel great. What else happened? What happened with the bird?
Well,
Ali, it is a strange fate to get a strange fate to have befallen him. It seems some rocks from above have struck him. Inexplicable. By the hand of God itself. And Roland is currently pitched in a fierce battle, a moving battle with the bird, somewhere down that way. But we should be safe.
Right. Well, maybe now that we've finally gotten rid of these non-believers, we can find the forest utopia.
Yes. I hope we find it soon. I am cut up pretty bad, and parts of the colored the leather strips have kind of been clawed away, leaving some of the leather armor like a little bare. And Zorphan appears to be kind of a little pale.
Yeah, we need to get your help right. We need to get you help right away. And so I guess I just let's see. I
can find a stick, something to help.
I'm trying to. Yeah. So you got rid of my acorn. I'm trying to find. Do I have something that I can maybe try to sacrifice or something? I have Honey the book.
I hear this book is full of antioxidants. Just what I need.
You're right. Okay, so I open up Honey the book. I start paging through it, and I see that it's all about honey, and and where to find it. So I say, it says here in the book that you can find honey in a forest, and that the bees, they like to hibernate over the winter. So we should go. They won't be aggressive. And in this particular forest, there's a type of honey that will help heal your wounds.
But will not the bees be upset that you are stealing their only food?
Well, we're just so happens we're lucky enough that it's winter that they're hibernating.
That is a great idea. Surely that is Nashira's will.
Without a doubt. Praise Nashira.
Yes. I always thought Desiree was, I didn't give Nashira enough credit while my time with Desiree. Back at my home village of Utopia. I'm sure she would be quite pleased to learn that I understand, to learn of our adventures and our growth with Nashira.
You're right. Would you say that you're a believer now?
Not quite, but I do respect her, and I am
Right.
getting there.
So I guess we go look for some honey, some bees.
So both so Vid's dead body is there, and there is an imprint of where Ollie's dead body was in the snow, just a bunch of blood because it got carried off by the griffin.
Oh, of course, we're gonna have to loot the bodies.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna check out what's going on over here with which half do you want? The left half or the right half?
I will take the right half.
All right, I'll check out the left half. Let's see what he's got.
All right, so why don't you give me a D20 roll?
I can do it. It's a 15.
So checking his body, obviously he's got plate mail. That's kind of charred a little bit. It got some damage to it. You find a bottle that looks like it's got a thin milky potion in it.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay. Give me a D6 roll.
It's a 5.
You would assume that you probably can get like 5 whatever out of this. 5
Doses.
yes, that's the word I want.
Interesting. I will spend some time testing it to see what it is, unless I recognize it.
No. He had a two-handed sword, and let's see. Give me a D10 roll, Ethics.
Got an 8.
He had 48 gold pieces on him.
Sweet.
You know, some rations, bedroll, canteen, tankard.
Oh, does he have the canteen that always pours? Because I think he had it,
That was Ollie's.
but he
he dropped it. That's right. 'Cause
Yes.
He dropped it. Yes. Yes, actually, that is on the ground. That's true. It's a decanter of endless water.
Nice.
Dibsies. Too bad we couldn't loot Ollie's dead body. Get that sweet coat that he stole from someone from the Guild of Many Colors.
It is a shame. I would have liked to added it to my collection.
Fine edition.
Well, I suppose I don't look around. Like, suppose we should try to at least hide them bodies in some sort of fashion. I'm gonna look around. Like, does it look like we can gather enough rocks to kind of put the bodies under them?
Well, there's just one.
Oh, the body. Yeah.
Yeah, because the griffin flew off with Ollie.
You might collect some rocks, and there's snow. Probably pile on it if you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, I would mention to build a little cairn, a little rock tube, just to like keep predators off and before moving on into the forest. But it would be slow going since Zorphan is pretty hurt with his 1 hit point left.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys spend a little bit of time doing that. Everybody you guys can give me a wisdom roll.
That's
a fail.
okay. What do I need for wisdom? It's lower than it, right?
Yep.
Cool. I got a 2.
So you guys are walking along. You headed back into the village.
I think we're gonna continue. Well, I guess we're pretty hurt, so we might as well head back to the village and rest up before attempting to find the FNU again.
FNU is not finding us, that's for sure.
So Ethex, you guys you spent about an hour or so just like moving the body and covering it up and kind of at least making it look not as obvious there was a battle here. And you start to move out. You're about 20 minutes into your move, and Ethex, you realize you start to see footprints, but they're footprints of a centaur, and they lead off kind of off the path. And you can see them actively moving, like something making them.
I see. Zorphan, look, look, we gotta go this way. We gotta go this way. I know it. You see the centaur footprints?
Does he see it?
Yeah, once he points it out, it's pretty obvious.
I do see it. Let us follow them. Make sure to keep your weapons sheathed so that we do not appear hostile.
Good idea.
So you walk for like 5 or 10 minutes following these footsteps as it's going through a sparsely wooded area. And as you're coming up over a hill, you look out into the distance and you can see a bird landing. You would guess this is probably the griffin. And it lands like on some kind of peak, and there's another one next to it, and they come together. And you can catch the peak or maybe the spire of some kind of castle or building atop top of this mountain, as the light kind of reflects off maybe some glass or maybe a window. And then as you do that, you catch your attention, you look ahead, and you can see the footprints continue down, and then a light open. It's like a light sort of appears as like right in front of you, and there's a passage that's clear now. There's no snow. There's just like flowers and forest green, and there is a tall humanoid standing there, and they're covered in some kind of vines that have similar flowers with kind of a ornamental crown of twisted branches and stuff that all come across, and you can just see their green eyes looking at you. And Ethex would know that these are the magic users of the forest nature Utopia, and this would be the entrance, and we can stop right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Found it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh shoot. I got worried when I died. I was like, oh damn, like that's not good.
Yeah, I got worried too.
I thought we were both dead. Dead.
Yeah. With like in a 2-player when you're like rocking 2 players, like one death is like all it takes.
Yeah. We both died there and came back.
Yeah. Because I was like, I died. I was like, oh man, I was like checking the AC. I was like checking the rules and like leather armor rules and stuff, and I realized that I erred when I calculated it. So
yeah, I was trying to figure out because obviously these guys were up to no good. I mean, you figured that out. I was curious to see what you would do, and then that's why I introduced the fight, because I was like, okay, so are they going to try to fight the griffin, or are they going to try to fight them? And
I'd say the griffin was definitely mostly on our team.
yeah, except for the time that he clawed Zorphan, but he didn't know any better.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, Roland was in the front, so he didn't really notice what was going on. So the griffin would attack him with the worst attack, because he's actively attacking him. But the rest of you, I just kind of randomly rolled unless they attacked him, and then he could sense where Ollie was. That's why he went after him.
Yeah.
He could smell him.
Yeah, that was a close call. That would have been a shame if I don't know what would have happened, but if the other guys came on and you just had to be like, yeah, Ernie and Dustin died. I can't tell you anything because they're both dead.
That's something that happens sometimes. That's kind of, you know, OSC in a nutshell. Oh, you had a TPK? Yeah. Or most everybody died.
Jeez. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I got to make it back to the magic place.
Yeah, that was good. I liked that. I like what you came up with, so that's what I was trying to use that.
Yeah, no, it's cool that will be a destination now in the overall campaign. I dig it.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you showed up. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, have a good one.
All right, take it easy.
Bye.
Thanks, Peter.
Let's kick it old school.